I'm Shessa, and I want to talk today about money. Money and sex go hand in hand. And it's funny because we almost have this thing of like, sex and money do not go together. That's like a bad combination because we're looking at the shadow side of money and the shadow side of sex, that they're both kind of like these evils, these unconscious evils that aren't, they're down in the depths. And the truth is they are down in the depths. They're down in our root chakra. So our root chakra, if you don't know about the chakra systems, we have seven chakras, 7 main chakras throughout our body. So up here is very spiritual. It's about intuition, wisdom. Here is heart energy. Well, right down here at the very bottom is our root chakra. It connects us to the earth. And the root chakra is a red color. It's a spinning ball of light that sits kind of somewhere between our lingam and our yoni, which is a tantric term for pussy and penis, and our asshole. So it's right down there in that place, just like we put money and sex in the shadows, it's down there in the shadows. And so they're very related. They have to do with trust and being here on this planet. There are basic survival. We are not here without sex. Let me say that again. We are not here for any other reason than two people came together and made love, and out we came. So all of us come from sex, and we don't kind of like really see that and feel that and know that in our culture. In fact, I'm thinking about my great Nana. This is only, a few generations, like a couple of generations ago. She was embarrassed. It was like if you were pregnant, you didn't really want to go out and show that you were pregnant because it was like a little dirty and people would know that you had sex. I mean, can you imagine? This is seriously what my great Nana was telling me was like a truth of our culture. And we're still living this way because people don't want to go out and breastfeed their babies in public. They get shamed for it. So yeah, we've got a long way to go to bring our sexuality down from the shadows into the light and see that it is the greatest miracle that we've been given as humans, is that we get to make love, and it's beautiful, and it's what creates life. Money, of course, is also big shadow for our culture because we have so much around greediness, take, scarcity, rather than seeing money as this freedom. It's sacred freedom. It's like when we are able to attract money, we're able to live our lives the way that we want to, not out of greed, not out of like, okay, I'm gonna like make this money and hoard it away, but more that I'm going to be free so that I can really be myself. And being myself is what the world actually needs. Being myself is the healing for this planet. So the more that I am able to open my arms and receive the abundance that is my birthright, because we didn't come here to struggle. No, we came here to live. But there unfortunately is so much struggle, and there's so many barriers in our way of living that we need to truly get a new way of thinking. I grew up in my dad's an oil man from Texas, and so I grew up with plenty of privilege, and running alongside always having plenty of money, we also had incredible scarcity. I was always afraid that we were going to run out. I remember hearing my parents talking about money from a very young age, and having these visions of us out on the street, living out of our car. I was so petrified about money, even though we always had enough. My dad's a very successful businessman. So I've had to untangle myself from a web of all sorts of money stuff and realize that I don't really care about stuff. I really, really, really value freedom. And I really value being able to live on this planet the way that I feel that I'm meant to live, which is not in some kind of struggle and not worrying about money. Because worrying about money sucks our energy. It's down there in our sexuality. It drains us. So as we really come into this place of wholeness and see that money and sex are these beautiful parts of, they are life force. Sexuality is life force. Money is life force. And take them out of the shadows, really peel off the layers of shame and greed and scarcity and not enough and all of this stuff that we've lumped onto our sexuality and our abundance. And as we tear that off, we can see that the more in our sexual power we are, the more that money just shows up, obviously. The more that it just flows in, and we are always taken care of. We're always in abundance, and we're always in that beautiful cycle of sexuality and freedom, financial freedom. So we're taking these old shadowy parts of ourselves, we're bringing them into the light, and we are like holding them as the beautiful aspects of our birthright of living a sexual, delicious, abundant life here on this planet. Thank you to our root chakra, because that's really the stability. They're really the foundations for the whole rest of our life. So then we get to love, then we get to create, then we get to speak our truth and say what we're here to say. Then we get to be in touch with spirit. But first, cultivating that foundation of sexuality and abundance and trust and getting out of all of our fear stories and coming into, you know what, I am here, I am alive, and I deserve freedom and just being able to be myself in my deliciousness. So thank you so much for listening. Come into your money power, come into your sexual power. This is the work that we're doing. Mwah.